Hello guys. This is day 5 of Python tutorial series. In this today's section, we are going to learn more about functions, like how to define. We already learned how to define a function. In this section, we are going to learn about how to call a function, like call with arguments. Uh, Before that, I need to explain few things, like uh, just a minute. See this. Yeah, see this. In this palindrome function, we passed a variable named a as an argument to it. Like, see, here we got an input named as a, and passing it to the function named palindrome. Here, the value is passed. See, here it was get. Um, like in this line we are passing the value stored in the variable named a. It is passed to the function and stored in the value a. We can be different, like instead of this a we can name the b whatever we want. This variable is called as parameter. The variable inside a function is called as parameter. Okay. This we required a few theoretical things also, so that it will be more easy to understand. Variables inside a function is known as parameters. Okay, variables inside a function is known as parameters, and the value passed to the those variables, I mean those parameters, is called arguments. The value passed to the parameters are called arguments. We need to know the name what we have done. Okay, that is also important. The value passed to the parameters are called arguments, and the parameter is nothing but variables inside a function. A variable inside a function is parameter. Okay, see, and there are four major types in function, like see, sorry, the first one is no arguments and no return type. This is first one, and the second one is with arguments and no return type. This is the second type, and third one is no argument and with return type. And the fourth one is with argument and with return type. These are the four types that everyone need to know in basics of a function. These everything's are basics. In the last class, we are discussed about patterns, palindrome, just how the coding logics can be converted into function like that. Because of that purpose, we defined those things. Till we have to learn lots of basics. So after covering those basics, we will again move to the patterns more detailedly. And in this series, we also learn about file handling, classes, and lots of things. This is I will cover everything, and with lots of more coding practical examples, real world problems, and more examples that are related for our academics and also a lot of things. Okay. Without wasting time, we will start to learn all these topics one by one. In this section, I will cover all these four topics um, respectively, and after that, we will learn about more things in argument, like required argument, keyword, default, variable length arguments. These are functional arguments. Those things are also very important. After that, we will focus on anonymous functions, which is also known as a lambda function. Um, till those things we will cover in this section. If we have time, we will go with the scope of variables like global and local variable. I will explain about those things. There are lots of things in scope of variable because that is a huge topic. Apart from Python, in every languages, these things are common. You need to be more careful and try to understand this concept very well because the syntax is different from languages, but the coding logic and the content is same. Okay, okay, let's start now. The first one, no arguments and no return type. See, first of all, we got two things. First one is no argument, which means we will not pass any value. So there will be no value passed to a function, and there will be no return. So it will does not return any value to the function call. Okay. See, for example, we already discussed this. Like little bit, we will see different. First of all, we need to use def keyword. So def keyword is used to define a function. Okay. We already learned about the rules of defining a function. It should begin with a def keyword followed by function name and then parenthesis. After that, arguments that are required to be uh, mentioned inside those uh, parentheses when the function is defined. After that, it should end with a semicolon, and then coding block will begin with an indentation, which means four spaces, or otherwise a tab. Okay, inside those things we will define the function, and after that, a function is end with a return statement or a print statement like that. Okay. For example, we will create a function named what uh, what we will name like okay, greeting, or like hello. Okay, hello. Okay, see, function def keyword, function name, parenthesis. Here we have no parameters, we have no arguments, so no parameters is required. So we will just an empty parenthesis, and then after that, yes, a semicolon. In the next line, there will be automatically an indentation. You can see that. After that, we had to do the coding section. Okay. So in this no return type, there is a no return keyword. So we just print the keyword. I mean print the output. Okay. Hello. Just exclamation. Okay. This much is enough. Like here we need to call the function. This is function call. Here we are calling the function at this point. If your function is does not called, it will not get executed. Like to call a function, we need to mention it function name and then parenthesis. This much is enough. Okay, this is the way to call a function. We need to call a function to get the code to be executed. Okay, whenever the function is called, then only it get executed. Otherwise, it will just remain as simply. Okay. Um, yeah. Let's compile this. Control plus yes, and then F5. Now I will switch to the ideally shell window. See, you can see the output. Hello. This is called no return, no argument type. See, there is no argument in we doesn't pass any values, so there is no parameters required, no arguments, and there is no return value. See here, when the function is called, it doesn't returns anything. It just simply gets executed and print it part, and then the execution is over. We didn't return anything. Okay, here the function call doesn't return any value to the function. Okay, this is okay. And now the second type with arguments and no return. Now you can clearly understand the difference between with and without arguments. See, let's greet with a name. Okay, here we just greet with simply hello. Let's greet with an his or her name. Okay, for a okay. Now the second one with arguments and no return type. Okay, with arguments and no return type. See, in the first case, we greeted just with a hello, okay, just a normal greeting. Now if we try want to greet with his or her name, so like that we will code like def hello. Function name can be whatever we want. See, just close this, print double quotes hello. Okay, see, in this case, if it gets run, it just print um, uh, this hello word. Okay, now we need one person's name. For that, we will get one name. Okay, name equal to name equal to input. We will get the input as a string. Enter your name semicolon and a space for just for neatness. Okay, double quotes space double quotes and close this. Okay, now we need to pass the argument to the function. So hello double quotes name. Here the value is, I mean the function is called and the argument is passed. We need another one parameter to get the input that is passed to the function. So here name. Uh, so for differentiating that name here and this one is same, but this is different. It can be whatever like a. If we give a, it will also run. We don't need to mention name there also. Okay, like we can print hello, comma, sorry, comma, a. It will be get output. Okay, let's compile and see. Control plus yes and F5. Let's move to the ideal shell window. See, it is asking enter your name. Let's enter like Ravi. Now enter hello Ravi. See, let's back to the coding and I will explain what I done. See, in the second one, with arguments and no return type, in the we first defined a function named hello that will print hello and another one, one person's name. Okay, hello Ram, hello Ravi, whatever we wish. Okay, after that we are getting an input, and during the function call we are passing that input value as an argument. Argument is nothing but the value passing, I mean value stored inside a value, that is called argument. Okay, the variables inside the functions are called parameters, and the values passed to those parameters are called arguments. Okay, are you clear with this point? See, now this value is passed to the function, and that we can name whatever variable we want. Like a parameter can be named whatever, not must be same as the input. Like we got the input name named as name. Okay, we are getting one person's name by using a variable called name and passing the same value. Okay, now we can use any parameter like a b c d, otherwise we can use name. But here the function name function the variable inside the function call, and this function parameters are different because we can call this function with another name also. Like we can also run this function another time. Let's see. Now you can get my point what I am trying to explain. See here, name 2. Okay, input double quotes, enter your name. Okay, see here we are calling the function hello with the name. Okay, only one time. Now we are calling the function with another variable like name 2. Okay, control plus yes and F5. Let's see the output. See, it is asking name. Let's enter Ram. See, it is another time asking your name. So we need to give Ravi. Hello Ram. Hello Ravi. Okay. It can be also asked whenever we want. So that the line of defining the code is also very important. See, in this coding case, first we got two inputs and passing those two inputs to this function. Uh, Instead of that, if we change the line, then the execution is also different. See, let's cut this line, hello name, and paste here. Let's see what happened. Control plus yes and F5. Let's back to the output screen and see what happened. See, it is asking enter your name. We enter Mohan. Okay, hello Mohan is printed, and then it is asking. So so that Python is always executed line by line. Okay, first name and it is passed to the hello function. After that another name 2 is asked as an input. If we enter that, it will again passed. Okay, see now uh, Kumar. Okay, see hello Kumar. We can also got like this or this, whatever we wish. Just changing these lines change the output. However we required, we will code according to it. Okay, there is no much different. Like and also we need to always care about the lines of order. The order of execution is much important because it will change the output. Okay, now let's see another one more thing. Let's back to the coding, and also I want to explain one more thing in this coding part. See, let's back to the coding. Um, in this case, we are getting input from. Okay, let's move to the third one, and also I will discuss these topics. This is all common topics. If we thought those things just as a beginning, it will be just get bored. Already we are teaching about more detailing. So these things are I just uh, pasting inside of main things. These are simple things so that we are just learning side by side with the main part. Okay, I will comment this, and let's move towards our third topic, and also I will tell you what I wish to say. Okay, now the third one is no arguments and with return type. See, so here what is I'm saying is there is no argument. So def same. Okay, let's do multiplication. So mul. Okay, just instead of multiplication, just mul. See, there is no argument. And with return type, okay, let's just return 5 into 4. Okay, here we are just returning 5 into 4. Okay, whenever you use return, there will be no indentation in the next line. See, here I am pressing enter. It is moving to the last of the next line. There will be no indentation. The function block is over. Okay, here we just want to call this function. Okay, mul. Let's see what happened. Okay, control plus yes and fi. Okay, now I move to the output screen. See, in this you can see the last line. So just a minute. See, now there will be nothing in the execution part because we didn't print anything. There is nothing to be printed, and the coding part is executed successfully without any error. What we assigned, it worked. The work is done. Okay, but we didn't see any input because we does not print anything. Okay, that's why it is like that. Nothing apart from that. Okay, let's see how to print this. Okay, just back to the coding part. Here there is no print statement. Here we are just simply returning. For this, let's use a equal to mul, which means we are storing this function value into the variable a. Here the function call is returning a value which is 5 into 4, that is storing inside a variable named a. So just we need to print this variable a. Print a. Control plus yes fi. Let's see the output. See, 20 is printed. In the previous case also we did the same. In this also we did the same. We just add a print statement. Return will be printed but doesn't show in the output. If we need to show that, we need to use print statement. Instead of using a variable named a, we can also directly print in the inside the print function. Just remove this. Inside the print function, I just comment this line. Okay, a equal to mul. Okay, yeah, just instead of a we can use, okay, control plus yes fi. Now also the output is same. Okay, this is simple, you can understand these things. If you can't understand these things, then let me know in the comment section. I will explain more detailedly. Okay, so now let's be move towards another topics. Okay, now yeah, the one thing I wish to share before moving to the fourth one is we can also get a input inside this function. Yeah, for the fourth one with argument with return type, we are passing argument also. So we will try with that. Okay, let's move towards the fourth coding. Okay, just I will just comment this. Okay, let's move towards the fourth topic. Um, yeah, with argument and with return type. Okay, with argument and with return type. Okay, so in this case of we can clearly understand we need to pass arguments. We are going to pass arguments. So def same multiplication is enough to understand these things. Always keep examples simple to understand the topics clearly, and then try with more examples, for complex topics. In the beginning itself, if you try to learn complex topics, then you may get confused. So then you may think coding is too difficult. So always start with too simple, learn the concept. Okay. So in this case, def multiplication. So we are just returning. Okay, return what? A into B. We are going to get two inputs. Okay. C A comma B. Okay. Now we are going to get input. Okay. So that uh, A equal to in int input double quotes enter, yeah, number double quotes close this. So B equal to int input double quotes enter, yeah, number. Okay. Now here I'm just for your easy understanding, I am writing like this. Instead of that, you can write a comma b int input enter a number dot split, so that two numbers will be easily get stored in a and b. You don't need to write whole these things. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to pass these values inside the function. So print mul inside a comma b. Okay, this is okay. So control plus uh we need something like this, double quotes comma uh, the product of a and b is okay. I hope so you understand these things clearly. No, control plus yes and fi. Yeah, now you can see the output screen. Enter a number. Let's enter 5. Enter a number. Let's enter 4. Now the product of 5 and 4 is 20. Okay. See, this is with argument with return type. There is an argument in the function which is AB. Okay. And also there is a return type in the function. Okay. This is with argument and with an type. Okay. One thing I wish to say, that is, we can also get a value inside a function. I will just comment this. We will see with one more example. Okay, see, which is getting values inside a function. Okay, getting values inside a function like def. See, we can define two different function. Let's in this case, first of all, we define two functions, and for for one for getting input, and another for printing output. Let's ask for a name and then class. After that, we will print it as an output. Like let's we enter one person, then we get one person's name and print it. Let's def details, so det. Okay. See, we are just getting, so we don't need any information. Details underscore get, which means we are getting details. Okay, there is nothing argument needed, so we just keep here. Okay, def det greet. Okay, let's a equal to, I mean, just we can also keep just a minute, name equal to input double quotes enter, yeah, name double quotes. Okay, so name and then age equal to int input double quotes enter your name double quotes. See, now we are going to get input of two variables. Okay, we can also print inside this same function also, like instead of defining two function, now we will go with a single function. Okay, define a function, because in this case if you define two functions there will be nothing printed. Okay, because of a local and a global variable. I will explain those topics in upcoming videos, because we also need to discuss about arguments to cover everything about function. If we go towards local and global variable, then that part will be get delayed. So in this section first I will cover about functions. After that, I will go with the scope of variables. That is also nice topics, interesting things. Okay, let's uh, okay, def det. Okay, details. Okay, just simple. Okay, let's print double quotes name double quotes comma name. Okay, now let's print one more line. Print double quotes age. Okay, comma age. Let's close this. Now we need to call the function. Just that. Okay, we can also get values inside a function, but those values will be local to that variable. Okay, we will see those topics. Let's first see its output. Control plus yes and fi. Sorry, there is an error. Sorry, I missed a bracket. Control plus yes and fi. Now you can see the output. See, enter name, uh, ram. Sorry, in the two lines also I written as enter your name, enter your name. Sorry, I will change this, and we will run again. Let's back to the coding and change those things and run again. Let's change this. Enter your name, enter your gauge. Okay, control plus yes and fi. Now let's move back to the ideally cell window. Okay, just a minute. Sorry, it is not switching. Just give me a moment. Yeah, okay. No, same. Just RAM and delivery age like 18. See, name RAM age 18 is printed. We in this case we define a function named det. Okay, inside of that function we get two inputs, which is a name of a person and his age, and we printed his name and his age inside that function itself. So we can also get values inside a function. Okay, so now till now We covered a few topics in today's section. No argument, no return type. See, no argument, no return type. We defined a function and just called it and just printed an output. After that, with argument, no return type, we passed an argument to a function and then printed its value without using return. So with argument, we pass the argument, but the function called doesn't return any value. Okay, so that it called no return type and with arguments. Okay, in the third case, we did not pass any arguments, but we used return statement so that function call will return a value. Okay, here defining a function name. To call a function, we use function name and parenthesis simply. This line is called as function call. In this third case, here this command line a equal to mul. See this one that I highlighted. This is called a function line call. Okay, function call. Okay, this line is called function call. Here we call the function. Calling a function is important. Whenever the function is called, then only the coding block inside it will be get executed. Okay. In the fourth case, with arguments and with return type. So in this case, uh, we did with arguments. We defined a function and then we passed values to it, which is nothing but called as arguments. Okay, variables are known as parameters and values are known as arguments. After that, the function call is also returned a value. So this type is called with arguments and with the return type. After that, uh, we ca- uh, we did a program, yeah, the coding part to get an input inside a function and then printed its value within the function itself. So till now we did five things. Let's move towards our next topics. Okay, now we are going to learn about function arguments. Okay, our next topic is function arguments. After that, if we had time, we will see about on anonymous function. I think so. Yeah, we can. Okay, let's comment this. Okay, now we are going to see about function arguments. So first of all, arguments are used to call a function, and there are primarily four types of function that one can use. Okay, those are required arguments, keyboard arguments, default arguments, and variable length arguments. I will write these things. Function arguments. So there are four things. First one, required arguments. Okay, and this second one is keyword argument, and the third one is default argument, and the fourth one is variable length argument. Okay, these are the four topics that we are going to try to cover in this section, and mostly we will try to also cover anonymous function. Otherwise, we will cover that topic with the next class. Okay, first one, required arguments. Okay, required arguments. Required arguments, which is, or nothing but argument passed to a function in correct positional order. Okay, argument passed to a function in correct positional order. Argument passed to a function in correct positional order. Okay, arguments passed to a function in correct positional order is known as required arguments. So here the number of argument in the function should exactly match with the functional definition. You need at least one parameter to prevent syntax error to get required output. Okay, let's see an example. Def print string. Let's pass the string. Okay, uh yes, tr. Okay, ing. Okay, let's pass a string. Okay, see, let's pass. Okay, uh, print double quotes example require. Okay, see, here we are print the string. Okay, print is print string and then just return. Okay, just to end this function. Return ft is nothing but the function is concluded at this point. Okay, there will be nothing executed because print function will not terminate the execution. Okay, so okay, return. Okay, now we are just calling this. Okay, see, let's see what happened in this case. Control plus yes and F5. Now I will show you the output screen. See, here we are about to get an error, which is traceback, which is nothing but type error, print string missing one required positional argument, type string. So, what the compiler is saying to us is, um, sorry, what the compiler is trying to convey us is we must post an argument which is of type string so that the function will be executed properly. So here we are getting an error because there is one argument is missing. Okay. See, let's move to the coding part. See, in this case, def print string, we used an parameter named string. Okay. So we definitely need to pass a argument to this parameter. Otherwise, it will be show an error. Okay. So the data is we got this argument which means the value which is of type string is to be passed. Let pass one value like instead of this print string, let's pass double quotes welcome. Okay, control plus yes and Fi. Let's back to the output screen. See, example required arguments welcome. Okay, now the welcome is printed. Before the error is arised because of missing an argument. Okay, so this is required argument. Required argument is nothing but we should if we mention the parameter inside the function call, I mean inside the function definition, there will be one argument is passed inside the function call. If we missed the argument, then there will be an error raised. Okay, so the first one is covered. Now we go with the second one, keyword argument. Okay, let's back to the coding part. First of all, I will command this. Okay, double quote, sorry, double quotes. Okay, now second one, keyboard arguments. Okay, now the next thing we are going to learn about is keyboard arguments, which is nothing but keyword argument will invoke the function after the parameters are recognized by the parameter names. The value of keyword argument is matched with the parameter name, and so one can also put arguments in improper order. So, for example, let's uh, just def uh, just named info. Let's pass name, comma age, and then see name, comma age. Okay. Uh, let's print double quotes name. Next line print double quotes age. Okay. See. Okay. Now name and age is printed. Okay. Let's call this function. Okay. Okay. Info. Right. Before that, here we will get the input name equal to input double quotes. Enter your name. Your name age equal to int input double quotes enter your age. Okay, now let's pass in improper order. Okay, inside the info, let first pass age, comma name. Let's see what happened. If you have any guess, okay, just try to um, guess the output and check with the result. Okay, control plus yes and fi. Sorry, I made an error. I forgot braces. Okay, control plus yes and fi. Let's move to the ideally output. See, enter your name. Let's enter Ravi. Okay, enter your age like 22. See, sorry. I didn't print it in the coding part. Extremely sorry for that. The print statement, comma name, comma age. Control plus yes and then fi. Now let's just a minute. Sorry. I again made mistake. Extremely sorry. Sorry guys, instead of writing in print statement, I'm writing in inputs. I'm extremely sorry for that. Sorry. Name, comma, age. Previously, I instead of that I write here. Okay, let's back to the coding. Okay, let's move to the output screen. See, enter your name, Kumar. Enter your age, 25. See, name, 25. Age, Kumar. Is it correct? No, it is wrong. Name is 25, age is Kumar means we can easily understand it is completely wrong. This happens because of passing in improper order, so that keyword argument is required. First of all, before learning a thing, we must know where we need to use this, what's the purpose of learning it, and how we need to implement those things. Okay, let's back to the coding. So, yeah, if a programmer can't always know whether he is passing a variable in a right order or not, because here we used name and age as input variables. Instead of that, if one used a b, they can't know. Okay, like that, so that always using proper naming is recommended. Okay, in this case, keyword argument, see here, these parameters are keywords, nothing apart from that. Age equal to age, comma, name equal to name. Instead of that, if you want to understand that clearly, first we run this. After, for your understanding, I will change this variable name. Okay, Control plus yes. I hope so. You can see the screen. F5. Let's move to the output. See, enter your name. Let's say enter name like Raj. Age 14. See, name Raj. Age 14. Till we passed in, sorry, just a minute, move to the coding part. See, in this also we passed in improper order, but because of using the keyword arguments, we are getting the output as in required manner. Okay, in the first case we got the output wrong because we passed on improper order. In this also we are passing in improper order, but to avoid the those bugs, we can use keyboard argument. Okay, instead of the order, because of using keyboard argument, we can get the required output as that as we want. Okay, let's, for your understand, let's change the variable name. Like, instead of name you can also use a, instead of this you can use b. So you can change this to a, you can change this to b. In this case you can change this name, I mean, which means a equal to name, b equal to age. Control plus yes, fi. Let's see the output. Raj 14. Okay, see, till the output is correct. So let's back to the coding and I will explain the thing. See, the variables inside the function, which means parameters or keywords here. So here the input is properly assigned to the keyword. Okay, b is equal to age, a is equal to name. Whether you can change this, instead of name equal to input, you can write a equal to input, age, instead of age equal to int input, you can write b equal to int input. And in the function block you can change, instead of a name, and instead of b you can change a, so that you can understand more easily. Okay, here the thing is, the parameters are keywords. Okay, we need, here we are assigning the value to the keywords. Okay, I will change these things previously, okay, so that you can easily take notes. Okay, Now you can understand how to use keyword arguments. So I will comment this line. Hmm, yeah, so we are done this topic also. Let's move towards our next topic. Let's see. Okay, default arguments. So default argument is okay. We are going to see about default. From the heading itself, you can get the point of what we are going to done in these things. Yeah, a default value will be assigned for a parameter. Okay, so whenever we doesn't pass a value to that parameter, the default value will be get assigned to that parameter. So we can avoid error in case if we doesn't provide any value to that parameter. Okay, for example, let us create a function def um, place. Okay, def info, same as other thing. I hope you can see the screen. Okay, def info. In this case, we are going to pass one person's name and his native place. So name, comma, place. So instead of this function, we are going to print uh, name, comma, name. Okay. In the next line, print double quotes place semicolon space double quotes comma place. Okay. We need to get a name equal to input double quotes enter your name. Okay. Semicolon double quotes. Okay. Place input enter place. Okay. Okay. In this case, default argument uh, in this function def info name comma place, and after that name is printed, place is printed, and we are getting name and place as input. Okay, now in this case during the function call, let's make the function call info name comma place. Okay, you if you want you can assign name equal to name comma place equal to place, so the previous keyword argument. Okay, in this case I just placed in a proper order, so no keyboard argument is required. In this case, let's see what will happen if we doesn't pass a value. Like see in this case, if we pass only info name, then that will be one rise an error. So instead of that, if we want to avoid, we can write def info name comma place equal to with a default value. First of all, we will compile this. Control S Fi. Let's see the output screen. Enter your name. Hmm, Raj. Age 25. See name. Sorry. Instead for that place is used. Fi name. I hope you can see the screen. Okay. Sorry guys. Name Raj place Delhi. Okay. Name Raj place Delhi. So if we doesn't pass one argument, we can use default argument to avoid that error. Previously we saw in the required argument, so we need to match exactly the case to avoid error. Instead of that, we can also use default argument to avoid um, error. Okay, like in the place, let's assign Mumbai. Mumbai. Okay, name place will be default. So in this case, I will command this line. Let's see, control plus yes, F5. Enter your name. Okay, enter your name. Raj. Sorry. I made a mistake. Just a minute. I will change the mistake. Hmm, sorry. We don't need to pass this place. Okay, just info name is enough. Sorry, I will show you. See, info name is enough. We don't need to pass place because that is an empty thing. What we will pass, there is nothing value in. I mean, there is nothing variable named place in the function in the main coding part. Okay, that is because of a global scope like that. Okay, we will discuss that thing. Control plus yes and F5. Sorry, F5. Back to the output window. See, enter your name. We need to just a name like Ravi. And okay, Ravi, Mumbai. Okay, this is default value. We doesn't get any input or we doesn't pass any value. Okay, so this is called a default argument. Okay, okay. Let's see these last topic. Okay, let's see our last topic. If you have any doubt, just to mention in the comment section. I will clear those out. Okay. Okay, now our fourth topic is variable length argument. See, in this all cases, these arguments and the parameter to be exactly matched. Otherwise, it will raise an error. Okay, there is a missing an argument like that. Okay, so to if we define a function that can handle n number of inputs can be done using variable length function. Okay, I mean variable length argument. Okay, let's see. For example, if we sorry, first I mention its name. Sorry, fourth variable length argument. Okay, for example, if we define a function named sum and added write a function to add three numbers and pass the four numbers, it will raise an error like this: def sum x comma uh, x comma y comma z print double quotes sum semicolon space double quotes. Okay, comma x plus y plus z c sum 2 comma 3 comma 5 comma 6. Then what will do? Okay, here I will mention this is error case. Error. Okay, c control plus yes and fi. Let's go to the coding output screen. Sorry, yeah, this is the required thing. Okay, in this case, C takes three positional argument, but four were given. So to avoid this thing, we will use variable length argument. Okay, for that you just need to mention a star inside the parameter. Okay, I will just comment this line. Now we are going to see about example of variable length argument. Okay, example of variable length argument. For example, if we get a number as input and we want to print those things, we can code like this: def uh, display. So this star number. Okay, double quotes. So there will be numbers are stored inside this for example, just like this to convey you, I'm writing code like this. Okay, this 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, we can write till n numbers. So now this inside this display, I mean this function, these five variables are getting stored inside the num. So to access this, we can use some things like a loop. Okay, for let's see, let's print and see the result of printing num alone. Okay, print num. Let's control plus yes and F5. Let's move to the coding output screen. See, it is stored like this. Okay, which is nothing but a tuple. Okay, we will in the next class we will going to see about those things: list, tuples. After that, those function associated to the those things, and after that, strings, sets, dictionaries, and there are lots of built-in functions associated with its data types also. Okay, these are data types. This is type tuple. Okay, we can also print the type, its type also. Let's back to the coding. See, we can print type of num so that you can understand. Print, sorry, type of num. Control plus yes and F5. So let's back to the coding output. Now you can clearly understand. See, class tuple. This is of type tuple. Here it is stored as type tuple. It can be also asked as an interview questions, like if in the variable length arguments, the parameter that handles an output is of which type. It can be also asked you in interviews or in any questions. This is how we need to understand the everything's more detailedly. Okay, we can just simply mug up these things in the variable length argument. If we define a parameter with a star, it can handle a number of inputs. That will be just understanding these things like a theoretical part. We need to code everything, whatever that comes in our mind. We need to understand everything more detailedly. Okay, see, this is of class tuple. We can print those things one by one by using a for loop. In the inside of this function itself, I will print. Okay, see, in this case, print, sorry, I use a for loop for n in num double quotes, I mean sorry, semicolon, print n comma and equal to double quotes space double quotes, close this. Okay, control plus yes, fi. Now I switch to the output screen. Now you can see the output. Okay, this normally we printed the dump, which is printed as an tuple. After that, its data type is printed. After that, we printed it individually. Okay, these things are we will see in tuple topic, how to access elements in tuple. Now in this case you can understand what is a variable length argument, which is nothing but it can handle a number of arguments. Those things is stored as a tuple. Tuple is nothing but it can be changed. Okay. In the next class itself we will discuss about things. In this class we discussed about functions with return type. Okay, first of all we discussed a no argument and a no return type. After that with argument and a no return type. After that no argument with return type. At last we discussed with arguments and with return type. After that we see how to get values inside a function and print those things inside of that function. After that we learned about functional argument, which is required argument, keyboard argument, default argument, and variable length argument. Required argument, in that case the argument and parameter should be match exactly, otherwise it will raise an error. We also see what the error is. After that, keyboard arguments to avoid the previous error. And also if we pass arguments in improper order, then the parameters get values improperly assigned. So it may lead some confusions, like a name will be 25, age will be Ravi, like that. Okay. So to avoid this, we can use those parameters as keyword and assign the value for them with the proper variables. Okay. After that we see about the default argument. If he doesn't pass value to an parameter, okay, then the default argument value will be passed to that parameter to avoid error. After that, variable length arguments. The last topic that we seen is variable length argument. We already seen what the error is. After that we seen about a proper example that can handle a number of inputs that is stored as an tuple. We can also use a for loop to access elements individually. Okay, in this class we covered lots of things. I hope this will be for this section. In the next section we will continue the further topics. Thank you all. So let's wind up here.